Thanks for taking the time to share a challenge that you and your nonprofit board are having. Let's dig in and explore how the 90-day nonprofit turnaround diagnosis can help in your particular situation. Now, if you find that your board members, and maybe even you personally, don't feel as if you're as an effective board member as you could be, let me tell you, you're not alone. The truth is, a lack of basic understanding of governance makes it difficult for many board members to be as effective as they really could be. Sometimes it's just because it's hard for them to digest and understand all the operational information they receive. Other times it's because board members aren't really sure on how to manage the leadership dynamics between board and staff. Very often problems arise because board members simply haven't been trained on how to be board members. Now, you may have read our book on governance, Up Your Board's Performance. But if you really want to get to the bottom of your governance challenges, a more in-depth process is truly necessary. Our 90-day nonprofit turnaround diagnosis is an interactive, facilitated strategic process designed to help you and your board make better and faster decisions and help all your members get a firm grasp on the fundamentals of nonprofit governance so they can better carry out your organization's mission. Our process starts preferably in person, although we can do it virtually, with all of your board gathered for a facilitated day where we'll go over and assess your leading governance challenges. And at the end of our time together, you'll immediately have a clear picture of where you stand and what options there are that make the most sense for your board. This is more than a facilitated governance lecture with charts, legalese, and broadly determined concepts that are hard to conceptualize in your specific case. This is your opportunity to do a deep dive on all of the elements of my book for the Society of Nonprofit Board Directors, Up Your Board's Performance. You'll have the information to decide which governance model makes the most sense for your board. There are 5 different governance models, which is best suited to your board. From there, in the next 30 days, we'll have the option to take a close look at all the challenges unique to your organization. We'll meet one-on-one with your leadership, conduct focus groups with your critical stakeholders, and ensure that whatever is developed produces a governance structure that meets their expectations and, most importantly, inspires confidence in them that the organization is well managed by a competent and professional board of directors. One of the most important reasons, by the way, for having good governance. From this, we'll generate a report to see exactly where we stand and establish our expectations for a successful outcome. And in the next 30 days, we'll create and deliver a 360-degree analysis of the situation and map out the priorities we think your group should focus on to resolve the issue or issues. It's here where we'll take a real deep dive into any sources of tension or any possible future sources of trouble or conflict that might come about, be it your governance policies, your bylaws and your constitution, or even your staffing. And in the next 30 days, we'll publish a plan, develop a key performance series of performance indicators, and get your board members on track to give your nonprofit organization the level of leadership and governance it deserves. Are you ready to overcome your governance challenges and make your board the best it can be? If your board is at a state where tension is making board dynamics and relationships on the board uncertain, there's a good chance that it's time to review your governance structures and procedures, policies, bylaws, and staffing. So again, here's what you get in their 90-day nonprofit turnaround diagnosis in governance. An in-person facilitated day with myself where we work with your board through the practical elements of what good governance means in your organization. You don't need a PhD in governance. You need practical advice that can be applied to your situation today. That's what this gives you. You'll get a copy of Up Your Board's Performance for everyone on the board, along with the materials and worksheets. Now let me ask you a question. If all of these resources did was finally get you on your path to clarity, would it be worth it? If all of these resources did was get you unstuck, would it be worth it? If all of these resources did was give you a step-by-step strategy to upping your board's performance, would it be worth it? If all of this did was change the dynamic on your board that gets them out of the weeds and addresses challenges where leadership might be weak, would it be worth it? If all of these resources did was move your board to a strong and dynamic decision body, would it be worth it? If all of these resources did was shorten your just even one more board meeting and make it more impactful, would it not be worth it? I sure hope so. So here's the thing. I'm going to make you a very special offer, but you have to take action now. At the end of this video, you'll be presented with a button in the frame of this video to get into a no obligation whatsoever discovery call where we can decide if this even makes sense for your board. But a special rate is only available for those who take up this opportunity and schedule a call now. Okay, before we close this video up, is it okay if I over-deliver and sweeten the pot even just a little bit, just so we can get a conversation going? If you sign up today for a no-risk discovery call and leave your email at the end of the bottom of the form to come once you've filled out the form in there at the end of the video, I'll give you a special invitation-only access to a video tutorial series dealing with the 3 basic bottlenecks nonprofit boards face. Now, you have 2 choices. Do nothing and not take this challenge, which admittedly is 100% risk-free, or you can make a small investment in time compared to all the value you're going to receive and just check what this is all about. But isn't all the time you invest in your board service and your impact worth gambling just a few minutes of your time to check this out, which, if it does even half of what I've claimed, will pay for itself as soon as you're on your next board meeting. After all, I mean, we can just start this off with a no obligation call. I can't wait to hear about your results. I can't wait to see your aha moments. And honestly, I can't wait to actually meet you and have a chat with you on the phone as well. Click on the button to appear on this video to schedule a call right now.